Hello, you're welcome to today's lesson, and we're still treating bearings and distances. My name is Harrison. I have a question on the board. A hunter walked into the bush on a bearing of 0 degrees to reach a hut Y, 600 meters from his home. He then walked 500 meters on a bearing of 115 degrees to a trap position Z. But to find it to the nearest whole number, the distance of the trap from his home, the bearing of the trap from his home. So let's start. Solution. Okay, let's use X as our starting point. He walked into the bush on a bearing of 20 degrees. So let's take this to be that. So let's call this Y. Okay. 600 meters. Then he walked 500 on a bearing of 115. So this is 600 meters. So our 115 should be this. So we can now join. Okay, so let's call this Z. Now, let us see how we can fix the angles. We know that since this is 20 and this line is parallel to this, so this should be 20. Then the whole of this is 180. So since this is 115, the remaining part is should be 65 degrees. That is 180 minus 115. And that's 5, that's 65 degrees. So we have to find angle Y. Angle Y should be equal to 20 degrees plus 65 degrees, which is 85 degrees. That is 20 plus 65 to give you the whole of that. Then going back, remember that this is 500. So we have to find the distance of the trap from his home. Distance of the trap, that is, this is the trap, where we have Z is the position of the trap. So his home is where we have X. Now we are talking of small r. So we are going to use cosine rule since we know two sides and an included angle. So we can say that xz is y. So using cosine rule, y squared should be equal to x squared plus x squared plus z squared minus 2xz cos y. So that will give us our small x is 500, our small z is 600, then minus 2 times 500 multiplied by 600 multiplied by, cos 85 degrees. So that will give us 500 squared plus 600 squared minus 2 times 500 times 600 multiplied by 0. We check our calculator. We check our calculator, and that will give us 0.0872. 0872. 0.0872. So carrying out the addition and addition, subtraction, and multiplication, we have 610 000 minus 52320, and that will give us 557680. So we are now talking of xz, which is y, and that means you have to find the square root of 557680. And if we carry out that, that will give us 746.78, approximately equal to 747. And that is the distance. That is the distance of the trap from his home. So the next thing for us to do is to find the bearing of the trap from his home. And the bearing of the trap from his home should be the whole of this angle. That means 20 plus whatever we can get here as our theta. So that means we need to calculate this, add it to 20. That will be the bearing of the trap from his home. So we can now go back and do that. So that's B part of the question now. The bearing of Z from X should be equal to 20 degrees plus theta. But we are here to calculate the theta, and we can use sine rule to calculate theta. So in order to do that, we have x over sine x is equal to y over sine y. That will lead us to our x is 500 over sine theta, and that is equal to our small y is 4747 all over sine 85. That is the whole of this. Okay. So moving on now, we have coming back, we have 747 sine theta is equal to 500 sine 85 degrees. Therefore, sine theta should be equal to 500 sine 85 degrees divided by 747. So we check our table again, and that will give us 500 times 0.9962 all over 747. So coming back here, we have sine theta should be equal to we multiply out 498.1 dividing by 747, and that's 0.6668. So you find the sine inverse. Therefore, sine inverse theta is equal to, you check this from the table to get the particular angle, and that gave us 41.82 degrees. 41.82 degrees. So remember that is not the bearing. The bearing should be 20 plus whatever theta is. We have succeeded in getting theta, so we have to add it in order to help us get what we are looking for. So since we have already known the value of theta, so that will now give us 20 plus 41.82, and that will give us 61.82 degrees. And that's finally approximately equal to 0.62 degrees. So that is the answer to that. So we have come to the end of the question. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If there's any question, you put it in the comment section so that I'll look at it and find solution to it in my next video. Thank you.